You are not going to believe what I'm about to show you. It is the world's smallest and tiniest deck of cards. I took a picture of it. I'm not going to show it to you yet. It's inside of my pop socket right here. This is a little pop socket that you can actually open it up and you'll see that inside this is really just a full entire deck of cards. It is difficult to even have you pick a card, but I'm going to show you a magic trick with these cards. We can't really shuffle those like a regular deck. What you would have to do is actually shuffle them like this, and to select them, we're just going to eliminate all of the face down cards. So you would be doing this, imagine this entire time, you would be here shaking those cards up and getting rid of all of the face down cards. Ooh, I think those two were down. Let's get rid of those. And then we're going to eliminate all of those. Then you would just take all of these and one more time, just shake them up and then eliminate all of those face down cards. So all of the face up cards we would actually keep. And then eventually, well actually very soon, as you'll see, we're gonna have a single card. Just one. And let's see. Oh, it seems like we're not getting rid of a lot of cards very quickly. And there we go. It seems like we have the 3 of clubs, as you can see right there. But remember, any of these cards could have worked. And remember at the beginning I said I had a photo that I was going to show you? Well, I set it as my backdrop, the 3 of clubs. I'm actually going to try and do it one more time. So we could come over and take these. I think I dropped one here. We don't want to get rid of those. And then we'll take this one. And again, you would be doing this, but I'm going to do this quickly. So I'm just going to fast forward so you can see the result. And as you can see here, we have, oh, and there we go. Only 2, well, technically the last 2. So now we have the Queen of Hearts, as you can see right there. And now if we take a look at the phone, it should perfectly match the Queen of Hearts. But that's not the only thing you can do. I actually wrote down 52 cards on a notepad. So you would already be shaking these up. Name any number at all from 1 to 52. We're gonna get Siri to do it for us. Hey Siri, name a random number from 1 to 52.
That would be 43.
And she said 43. So we're gonna go with 43 on the notes. Let's go on the notes right here. Open it up and you'll see I have a random shuffle deck note right there. And we're gonna go to 43, which was the Joker. That was the Joker. And what we're gonna do is we're going to shake this up. But remember, you would have already been shaking this up. And then watch what happens when you throw the cards down. All the cards, every single one is face down except the only one, which is the Joker. I went on Temu and I found these little tiny playing cards, the smallest cards in the world that I have ever seen, so I had to order them. I technically ordered 2 little packs. They were 50 cents each, and I wish I had ordered more. But I also found them on Amazon. I'm gonna put both links in the description, so if you do wanna perform any of the tricks that you saw here, feel free to pick them up. I think the moment you pull these out, it's going to bring the attention to them, especially because they are so small and so tiny. Everybody's going to want to talk about these little cards. That is the main reason I'm now having them always in my little pop socket here, because I can pull them up at any time and perform the trick you just saw. It's a little tiny card trick that I think nobody will ever forget. They come in this little packet. I've already opened them up, but all you have to do is just punch them out. They even come with its own little case. I just want to keep them inside of here, but if you don't want to do that, feel free to put it anywhere at all that you think you could put it. You could also put them inside of maybe like a little pill container that you would have on your keychain. You could have it there, and then I think it would look really fun if you just unscrew it, pull the cards out. Immediately, everyone's attention is gonna go there. So if you have 2 of these, you're gonna be able to do everything you saw in this video. If you're enjoying this video, consider liking it, and you may also like all of my other videos, so feel free to check out all of my other content in my channel. Let's get back to learning the little tiny tricks with the little tiny cards. The first trick I'm doing by having this double-sided 3 of clubs. I accidentally smeared one of the clubs, so I purposefully smeared the other. You can just take any card and then by putting some pressure, and if you slide, you'll make that ink smear. I purposefully did that on this on both sides in case anybody sees the card, they wouldn't think that it's double-sided because it's exactly the same on both sides. What I had for this is I actually had it stuck on the back of the table here. And when I brought the cards down, I unstuck it. But in reality, if I was doing this in person, I would have actually had this clipped in my hand as we take these and as you're checking them. And then when we come pick them up, you just load it on top to give it to your spectators. Because this is double-sided, you can do this as many times as you want. And then if you eliminate all of the face-down cards, eventually the only face-up card will be the 3 of clubs. Just by following the process of throwing the cards down, it doesn't matter how many times you have to do it. Eventually, if you just have, let's say, these cards here, after you've done all these, you would remove that. You'll see that eventually the only thing that can happen is that 3 of clubs being the only one face up. Know that all we're doing here is actually forcing a playing card. Feel free to reveal it in any way at all that you want. I chose to do it on the phone just so that the trick is self-contained and I don't need any extra bits and pieces. I can just pull my phone out, take the cards out, and immediately get into it. You could just have this already in there, and if all of the cards are already mixed up, it just makes sense that you dump them out and then you're good to go. If I keep this pressed, I can actually switch different wallpapers that I have. All I did is I started on this one. This is closed. When I open it up, I showed it. Now when I turn the phone towards me, all I do is just press this, switch it, and just a little tap, and now we have switched that. The way in which I did it here, I had the other queen of hearts that is double-sided. I had it also taped over here by the edge of the table. When I bring the cards over, I just slide that as it dumps into the hand. But when you put this down and you're going to do the reveal for the 3 of clubs, you could just slide those over and now you have added secretly that queen of hearts. The queen of hearts is finger palmed in the hand. This is underneath. We pull all the cards out and we leave the queen of hearts secretly under the phone. As we're eliminating all of the cards and we say, here, check it out, look. Right here we have, and then it would be the 3 of clubs. That's another way in which you could secretly add that queen of hearts. All you have to do is get these cards into your hand and then pretend to place that one into there. In reality, you're going to actually drop it as you pretend to put it here. So you actually drop it, that would go into your lap. If you don't have a lap, you could take this and just clip it in your fingers as you pretend to shake it. Really, you just keep it clipped in your hand as you hand it to them. And now you can go through the procedure again. Eventually, the queen of hearts will show. So you reveal that it's the queen of hearts. To do that last little face that I did, you're gonna have to switch these out for a stack of cards that are all completely double-sided. So there are no faces. The complete opposite of how we did the other ones that we did here. All I did is I had them underneath the table, stacked up with the Joker already in between. Because this was at a little corner like that, all I did was scoop them all into my hand, and then these that were on the table, I just dropped them to the table. Now I'm going to give you different ways in which you could do this, but for now, let's just follow this. Because that Joker was actually a force, all the cards are face down and we're getting almost like a little triumph effect with a freely selected card, I guess we could say, with this. Rather than having the cards in your pop socket, let's say you have your regular mini cards in your Altoid box and then you have a second Altoid box with these, you could pretend like you finished the trick by putting those away, putting the Altoids box away, and then when you bring out the other one with the pretext that you want to show them maybe one last thing you could do with these cards, you've actually switched them out. You can even have them shake it up and do everything from within here. Then it makes sense that you do your switch with this as well. Or any other little tiny recipient that you can think of, you can just do the switch when the trick is technically over. And I think I did too many of those. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel if you want to continue to see content like this. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Feel free to check out any of my other videos. I post a brand new video every single Monday where I teach you guys a creative magic trick. I hope something really good happens to you today.